You've seen him on literally everything, and now you're seeing him on our show. Sam Pancake is our guest. Gay Weekly Roundtable starts now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, yes. Welcome, everyone, to Gay Weekly Roundtable, the day after Hairspray, live. A celebration in the studio, as you can tell. We are your hosts. I'm Adam Salandra, and you can find me on Instagram and all the socials at Adam Salandra.
Hi everyone, I'm Tony Moore, and you can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com.
And hi everyone, I'm Blake McIver, and you can find me everywhere at Blake McIver.
And our legendary guest sitting up with us tonight, Sam Pancake.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Thank you, Sam, for coming, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
For being a friend.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for being
Traveling
a
down
friend.
the road and back again.
Now,
Oh, we can talk about that, too. We're doing more of those.
Oh, good.
You are?
That's
Yeah,
exciting.
great.
That's very exciting.
Well, we're talking about it. Let's say it. Sam does. He's a part of a little group that does, I guess you would say, drag Golden Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they do the episodes exactly. And if
word for
you-
word.
Yes.
Let me just say something. One night I was a little drunk, because sometimes you do go to these shows.
Sure.
I might have been on a drug. I actually don't remember. But the point of it is I was in such a zone watching you, obsessed with y'all doing it, but then remembering my childhood and being like, whoa, I was like a little gay boy but didn't get it then, and now I'm like experiencing the show I love with people who I love or my friends. It was a magical moment for me.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you. Great. A lot of layers there.
A lot of
layers.
Lot
I was
of
like,
layers.
first I have
That
to
was-
tell you that I wasn't sober, and that's why I enjoyed it, and then I dug in. But no, I'm obsessed with that. If you're in LA, please go see it. Do you know when?
Yes, it's January 11th through the 15th at Casita del Campo. You can get tickets on brownpapertickets.com.
I'm literally writing it down for myself.
There you go. Yeah, and they
Golden
usually-
Girls with a Z, right?
Golden Girls with a Z.
Yes, that's how you know the
Live.
difference.
Yes, Golden
Yeah.
Girls
Yes.
Live. With,
And you are Sophia.
I'm Sophia. My dear, one of my platonic life partners, Drew Drogi,
Yes.
is Rose. Amazing.
Brilliant.
Iconic Jackie Beat is iconic Dorothy B. Arthur.
Yes. Mhm.
And
She's
the amazing,
phenomenal.
amazing Sherry Vine is Blanche.
Everyone is so perfect for their roles.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really, honestly, never seen anything like it in terms of perfect for
Oh,
their
thank
role.
you.
It's more fun than watching reruns.
Truly.
Like, legitimately.
But I do that too.
Well, yes,
Obviously.
but when we can't have the
Hello.
live show in our living
First of all,
room.
it is a rerun because it's the exact episode.
Yeah.
It's like
Exact.
we know them, we know it's coming, and it.
Brilliant.
And I can tell you the episodes we're doing too.
Yes,
if you care.
what?
We're doing Blanche and the Younger Man again, which is when Blanche goes out with a young guy who she thinks she's dating
Oh, sure.
him.
Because the baby.
No.
Oh, that's when her granddaughter is.
That's a different one, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And this is also the same one when Rose's mother comes to visit. And then we're doing the Mario Lopez one, where
Yes.
Blanche's favorite pupil, I think is the episode name. Anyway, you know the one, yeah. Tim.
Yes,
Of course,
oh
yes.
yes.
And he gets deported.
Yes.
He's an immigrant. It's very timely.
very
Yes.
apropos, very now.
You
Yes.
guys are picking, speaking of, very timely, unfortunately, Hairspray last night live
Last
was
night.
very timely.
Yeah.
Blake was with us. Not with us, with them.
I
live.
was with them.
Amazing.
It
Talking
was
about boots on the
very-
ground for us. Thank you.
Yeah, it was very exciting. We got invited, and it was sort of in the general admission. So we did something that I now like to call DIY VIP.
Yes. I saw you hashtag it.
we
It's good.
we kind of
Good.
we kind of just like sort of rock star / wheedled our way to like making friends with the audience handler people.
Yes.
And you know, of course, like I don't do anything small, so I was like dressed in a full tuxedo,
Of course.
like I was ready for the finale.
Looked amazing, by the way.
at 3 p.m.
P.S. Any gay worth their salt knows who you are, and,
Right.
and many straights.
That's
Right.
true. That's true too.
But I was so unbelievably excited because it's a show that means so much to me. I've had so many friends go through various companies of it. It's near and dear to my heart. So to be there was super exciting. And we ended up for the big outdoor production numbers. We were right on the front row for Good Morning Baltimore and Welcome to the 60s. And it was unbelievably overwhelming. First of all, watching Maddie like become a star
Yeah.
in 3 hours time
Amazing.
live.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I definitely, like, when she was waltzing down the street singing "Today All My Dreams Will Come True," I burst out into tears. Like, I was like, done. Like,
I have a
yes,
problem where I
it's
can't
happening.
go to shows anymore because I'm constant, even when sober, crying.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, like I'm like cool. It doesn't have to be sad. happiness gets me more than sad, actually.
Totally.
I'm not a crier.
Moving.
Well, good.
Moving.
Lucky,
It is.
lucky, because not lucky. I mean, it's a lot sometimes.
I,
You may be constantly in
I
tears.
feel the emotion, but I'm not like I'm more of a private
Yeah,
crier.
no, it doesn't make you cold. Well, I prefer to be like I'm always pretending.
Yeah.
I don't know why I still.
I
act
cry
like
in
I'm not.
private.
You process it differently.
I do. I'm very happy and ecstatic, but like crying, I think it would take a lot.
Oh, wow.
For me to do, like,
Let's
in
find
public.
out.
Let's test this theory.
Sam's weirdly violent. Passive aggressive.
I don't know why.
That's creepy. Sorry.
That's wonderful, and welcome to our home.
Thank you.
But it was an unbelievable experience. I got the real thrill though of a lifetime was at the end we got put into because they actually segregated pieces of the audience so that there wasn't like white people watching the record shop scenes and there wasn't like black people in the Corny Collins studio at the beginning, so that then when the end for You Can't Stop the Beat, the whole studio audience integrated at the same time that the dancers on the show integrated. So it was really
So
really
you got
powerful.
to run down and be.
I got to be part of the non-white group, which was so exciting.
the side you
And it
want
was
to be on,
totally
of
by
course.
accident. It was totally by accident. Our dear audience handler Destiny was like, "Come with me."
You're so white, it went all the way around to the other side.
Yeah, the pendulum
Couldn't be
swung
whiter.
all the way around.
dream.
So it was dancing. You Can't Stop the Beat. Literally 6 feet from them was. It was
That
thrilling.
is
I
so
was just
truly
giddy,
fun.
crying, jumping,
cried,
ponying. So,
But
yeah.
I also have to say, because I saw your picture on Instagram before you went, and before the show started, I was like, you looked really good. But he was also dressed for the part. Like,
Oh, definitely.
Blake went like, just in case you need a filler.
I was like, I am ready.
I'm gonna start
I know
doing
every
that.
step. I know every
Professional.
song.
I am ready. I am ready to fill in at this
I
moment.
think my dream career is to be a musical theater star, but I just don't have any of those talents. But other than that,
You got
Come in,
you're
coach.
ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're ready.
My musical theater dreams are all like female roles. Like I
yeah,
wanna,
of course.
Yeah,
Like,
I understand.
That's acceptable.
if I could play Elphaba, I totally would.
Definitely.
If I could play, well, when it comes to Dreamgirls is like my favorite musical.
Same.
But I would like to play Effie in Act 1 and then switch to Dina
Dina
in
in
Act
Act
2.
Two.
Yes.
Not just a woman, but two women.
Right. I don't know
So
if
then
that's
when we do
possible,
that,
but
can
I
I
would
play
totally do
Dina
that.
in Act 1 and Effie in Act 2?
Yes, yes. Oh my
Yes.
God. We should do that here.
Create your own
Just
dream. You
break
could
all
do
the
it.
boundaries.
That's true.
You could do it in a small theater here
We
and
should
make
do
your
it.
dreams
Now,
come true.
I would need practice on the voice because it's kind of there. It just needs, some fine tuning.
You can always lip sync
Finesse.
if need be.
Oh, I
You're
could
already gonna be in
lip-sync
drag.
the house
For your life.
down.
You could do
Nice.
it one night only,
Yeah.
and then they will not tell you they're not going. They'll make you do it some more.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Cheers
Sam
to that.
Pancake.
Cheers to that. That was good.
But just to like cap off the
Please.
Hairspray experience, it really what is important to me about these NBC live musicals is, aside from all the like hits and misses and blah blah blah, the important thing is all I can think about every year when I watch this is that there is some child watching this and this is their first experience with live theater and their life is changed in that
Yeah.
moment. And they don't have the opportunity to get to even their local, touring theater house. So the fact that this is bringing the kind of art that I personally am so in love with and so passionate about into living rooms for free is bravo to all.
I started tearing up last night watching it, thinking the same thing. Seriously, I remember my moment as like a 4-year-old seeing this thing at the county fair, this show that someone was doing, and it was that's my thing. And I was like, there are little boys, girls at home right now watching this, and it moves me so
Totally.
much.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
and it's
very
like-
powerful.
It's their moment.
And what I will say about from being there, because we had a rehearsal in the first hour for our
right.
finale moment.
Okay.
And so you were walking on the set, and all of a sudden you're 5 feet from Kristen Chenoweth and Jennifer Hudson and Harvey Fierstein, and I thought, okay, this is going to be weird, like this is going to be odd. It was the most wonderful environment in the room. The amount of love and support and no
that theater
attitudes. No, it was a bunch of gypsies putting on a show, and it couldn't have been more lovely. Like my heart was so warm just walking into the studio. I was like, I don't know what this is going to be like, and all of a sudden you just saw these artists just passionately, I mean literally down to Ariana Grande pulling Jerry Mitchell over and being like, I want to make sure this spacing is right, and like marking through it 4 times just to make sure that she had her spacing after her like things like that. Like the amount of commitment, the amount of respect for the material was just overwhelming.
I didn't get a chance to go live, but I watched it on TV before I got here, and I thoroughly enjoy the fact that NBC brings these musicals. But I also appreciate, even though it's so star-studded, I appreciate the fact that they are so committed to their roles, and I have a special place in my heart now for Ariana Grande, because the way she played Penny, like, I was like, oh girl, like, you nailed it. Like, you don't have that many lines, but like each line that you do, I giggle.
Oh, totally.
And
she owned it.
Okay.
She totally played her version of the role.
Yes.
I had a very long day yesterday and fell asleep. I made it because God was watching over me to see Rosie in the wig.
Yes, yes. Very, very important moment.
very
Very
important.
visceral moment.
So that's when I fell
in gay
asleep.
history,
And-
yeah.
Absolutely. So I do have a few questions, and one was is it Ariana or Ariana?
Ariana.
Okay, excuse me, Ari. She
Your
was
gay
good.
card is
She
on
was good.
suspension for right now.
And it's okay. I'll get it back by the end of this, no doubt. You can't stop the gay, but she was good. You would say?
I
Yes.
thought she was phenomenal.
Great.
Yes.
How do you think, people were watching the musical, so I'm sure everyone was fine, but people who don't know, which is a shame, Harvey Fierstein, do you think it was like overwhelming for them? Because he's such to us, a legendary character, but I was just thinking, what do people, if they don't know him, what do they think?
I thought he was so good.
Well,
Like,
of course, I'm obsessed with him, but I just wondered that.
Adam, I do too. Yeah.
I'm sure, anyone who hasn't seen Hairspray before thought, oh, wait, is that a guy playing the mom? I'm confused for a second. And then you just kind of accept it.
Well, and what I loved about this version is it went back to the musical, which really pays homage to the John Waters film. And so it had all of its subversion back in it. It had all of the, the sexual undertones and all of that.
Kind of missing from Rocky Horror.
Missing
right?
from Rocky Horror and missing so horribly from the 2007 Hairspray film. That was just
yes,
like a Disney Channel original movie version of Hairspray for me. This was back to the sort of gritty, not fully gritty, but it was sexy, and it was there was a drag queen starring in it.
Right.
Like that was important.
And to speak to what you were saying, Adam, I was watching with my friend Gio, who I do my podcast with, and he's 26, and I could be his dad, literally. And so we have these two different viewpoints, and we only recently watched, he for the first time, Torch Song Trilogy, which is, if you don't know, is Harvey Fierstein's breakthrough on Broadway, and then he became, an actor and did more Broadway. It's an autobiographical piece, basically. So I was wondering, too, we were sitting there watching Harvey, who, face close up, that's quite a face, it's quite a voice.
Right, exactly.
And the camera is
A lot
right
of character.
there, it's not on stage.
And in a wig that's not flattering.
Yeah.
By the time I fell asleep, it was not. I don't know if it improved.
The pre-Mr. Pinkies,
Yes.
Edna.
Right.
And we were thinking the same thing, like, what do people in middle America, mainstream, just tuning in, who don't know this, but whatever they're thinking, good. I hope it messes with them.
Their head,
Gender and all of it. I'm like, good.
Yes, agree. Now that is the bottom line on that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you had that thought, because even loving him, I was like, this is something for them, I bet.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad it is.
And,
You're right.
and then we were like, can he sing? I'm like, it's not a singing voice. It doesn't
No.
matter.
Right.
It's just
Right.
a performance.
him and his personality and the steamroller of it all.
Yeah.
I think, speaking of the original and the movie, the 2007 movie, I love that there was a little bit of a homage with Ricky Lake and
Marissa,
Yes, and I was like, wait a minute, and I had to rewind because it was so they held it for a while, you see it. That's right. You see it.
Trio of Tracy's.
Okay, yeah, but
that
was such a cute moment. That was such a cute.
That
moment.
was, I was so happy they did.
What-
that.
And Sean Hayes, if you didn't know, that Sean Hayes was in it, you would have been like, who's this guy? He kind of looks like Jack.
Also, one of my favorite wigs of the night. Sean Hayes.
Sean, this is so name droppy, but Sean this morning, I was like, great job, honey. I know. It's
No, we
it's what
love
you
that.
do in the
That's why we have this table here, is to catch all the names we drop.
And I can show you, he sent me back. It was a text of a picture of him and Sister Pinky, and then Tyler Oakley. And I was like, oh, that's the inspiration, kind of. That's funny.
That's
I hope I
amazing.
can say that.
Oh my God,
See?
that's fantastic.
Oh, totally.
Oh wow.
Totally.
Isn't that interesting?
Put 'em together.
Well, and I have to say again, testament to a true professional, Sean Hayes. The act break before Welcome to the '60s, he came onto the set, walked his entire track without anybody else, walked his choreography, walked his moves, and then went back in to get
I
ready
love
for.
it.
I
She's
was
a
like,
pro, honey.
such a pro.
Oh,
It just gave
man.
me chills watching it.
Now, guys, the night before Hairspray, I watched King Cobra, the James Franco.
Oh, yes.
The night
Yes.
before, so I was like,
Oh,
what?
so your link was
Yeah.
a
My lived
very.
experience was all messed
Your
up.
chains are all linked up.
Twink Larkin.
Yeah, I was like, what? But what? How was he for you guys?
He's so good in King Cobra. I saw it at Outfest
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
Oh, me
It's
too.
such a good movie.
So good.
It's really good.
Oh yeah, I
It's
was
really
into
good.
wonderful.
it.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Indeed, I was. It was a juxtaposition if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I love the music in that movie. It was so well
Yeah.
directed. I loved King Cobra. But
I was
what
really
did you
into
think
it,
of Twinkle Link Larkin?
I mean, okay, I think he's adorable. I think he's super sweet.
Yeah.
I do think he's talented. I don't think this was the greatest fit.
Yeah,
For him.
that's what I was hearing. That's what I was. Asking.
You know, who Link is a tricky thing. And you know, it's like, and everybody, I've done the show. Everybody who's done the show has an opinion on
Sure,
who
of
he is, of
course.
course. And so I don't
And
necessarily.
every third gay guy we know has played Link at
Exactly.
some point. Seriously,
exactly
on Broadway or in touring companies.
Seriously, and so it's
Even
like
I was up for the role of Link.
yes,
You should be.
Yes, that was the
Hairspray.
production that I played Seaweed in.
And I was motorboat Maybach.
Yes, and you were wonderful.
And a stunning
Dreams
drum
do
force.
come true.
They do.
But yeah, no, the other thing though about his performance is I did notice that he was visibly sick last
really?
night, like literally like having an inhaler in between scenes. So I
that's
felt
bad.
my heart
Okay.
broke for him because he was working his butt off
Yeah.
and like just trying.
And he was dancing.
Oh, dancing
I
and
didn't see the Disney
singing
movies
and-
he came from, but I didn't know he that kind of.
I mean, I might be
Yeah.
guilty of having watched both Teen Beach
Great,
Movie
that's-
1 and 2.
So you know.
Safe space here.
Safe space.
So at least you saw him
Yeah.
before King
So
Cobra.
I am a fan.
Yeah.
But no,
Slightly.
I did feel bad because like he was genuinely like there were some nose wipe moments. Like he was giving 100%.
I have
Yeah.
a question about the character. I noticed for the first time in that show that there was a line about Rock Hudson.
I thought that was an interesting little twist. Well, if you read the credits, this teleplay was written by Harvey Firestein. And so there
Oh,
were
so
a
that's
few,
not always in it.
Not that I
It was
remember.
in the show. It was in the
Okay,
musical.
okay.
It's not
Oh,
in the
yeah.
movie.
Okay,
but it was
that's
in the
it.
musical.
Okay, so but is that supposed to be like a he could be gay thing, or it is whatever it is? The character, I mean.
Well, I mean, it's this. When you look at, we were talking about this too last night. Like, it's not to be stereotypical, but like a chubby, funny, great girl who loves to dance
Totally.
and her first boyfriend. Where does that
That's
go?
usually how
Usually,
that goes.
it's
Oh.
a beautiful, young, handsome man.
When you put it that way,
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
totally, it is that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly. That's why it works for me. I think it's fun if even look through as viewed through that lens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. All right.
I
I
mean,
have no further questions.
I
I
thought
have no further.
I thought his performance was good. I had some friends who had mixed reviews as well. Although I describe him as like if anyone could describe a gay twink, like it would be him.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that was totally him.
Truly.
Yeah, truly.
Whatever he is, that's up to him in
And
his time.
apparently his butt got a lot of good reviews
Oh
too.
my God.
Yeah.
It was the
I
first thing we were focused
See,
on.
Well-
I heard that too, and I missed that as well.
Yeah.
But not the night before, obviously.
Well, it did crack me up that like all the other boys were in kind of ill-fitting khakis, and then like Link was in these skin-tight black pants, which was kind of awesome.
Yeah, thank you,
I sort of
thank you,
loved it.
costume
I was like,
design.
nah, I see you all.
He probably bought them from home. He said, "You know what?
Yeah.
Those pants are not going to work. I'm going to bring.
I'm
my
gonna
own."
bring my own.
Yeah.
Provide my own.
Tailored for me.
Yep. But overall, I thought the show was marvelous. And by the time they got to "You Can't Stop the Beat," I was like in my living room, like living my life.
Yes.
I would
Me
have been.
too.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes.
I used to, dare I say, run on the treadmill to that because it would be
yeah.
one thing that would keep me going.
Dare
It
it.
just gets more. I dared.
Dare it,
It was
dare
more
it.
the that I run on a treadmill because I don't. I really, literally, barely can. I'm not kidding. But that helped me.
But
through
that
it.
can, yeah.
It's one of my favorite numbers in all of musical history. I will just say
Same.
that right now. I
Same.
have no problem saying
Nope.
Oh,
that.
it just feels so good.
Yeah.
And it was good last night, I assume.
Oh,
for
yeah.
you, obviously,
Yes.
literally living it.
Yes.
It was. I love that finale, and when
Oh,
all
yeah.
you guys came out and all of it, it was just.
It was-
the lighting was so good. One of my problems with the movie in 07 was like the lighting was even weird. I just remember that.
They just very much went with pastels for the movie, and the Broadway show is just so bright color,
Yes, yeah.
Technicolor, and last night just felt like that.
the
it felt
costumes were
Technicolor.
great.
I
The
love it.
lighting, the set.
Oh, how was Martin Short?
Amazing.
phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
I
Just
love
brilliant.
him.
He's my hero.
Yeah,
so
I'm
I
truly
always
obsessed with him. So
want to
I
be
love that he
him.
was in it.
It was like the perfect fit for
Yes.
for the
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah. I felt that too. I only saw him for that little bit, but
No, their
Yeah.
duet could have gone on for like
Really?
4 more reprises for my money.
I'd still say it. I need to watch
perfect.
tonight. All right.
Did we enjoy Derek Huff?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was totally cute.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize he was a singer. I was thinking like, oh, he'd be a great Link. I mean, I guess he's too old, but he's at one point.
I could have seen
Right?
that too.
Yeah.
Like him as
It could
as
go
Link.
that way.
Yeah.
I guess there were a lot of people really saying why wasn't Darren Chris Link because he was there hosting, even though I don't know why there was a host, but I fell asleep, so I don't know why there was a host.
Well, the interesting thing about how they did Hairspray Live was that, like, during commercials, there would be like a little box here that shows you what was happening backstage, like them going to this and that, and then as they went to commercial, Darren would kind of guide us, like, oh my God, look, this is happening. Look at them. They're rushing off to the stage and there's more hairspray.
That's
blah,
cool.
blah, blah. So I thought that was interesting this year
Yeah.
that they did with the musical. Also, kudos to now these advertisers and how they integrated
Oh
the
my God.
advertisement.
Speaking of
Like,
integration.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That was
fun.
That
I'm
was
all
great.
for integration.
Your friends here.
There were two that
Not at Gay Weekly Roundtable.
there were two that stuck out. The first one where I really noticed it was, I mean, I think it was like right after his number, Derek had to do like a commercial for Oreo.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
it
right
was-
after Ladies' Choice.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
and like he literally, like you can tell he was literally kind of like, so with Oreo, and I'm like, bless his heart, like he
Yes.
is trying to get through this. He took a nibble of that Oreo, and then they had like the old style like Oreo,
The old 60s logo.
and then next thing you know, he was like, shoot, and he was like,
On
gone
to the next.
thing.
I was
And-
like, props to him because he had to do the bite and smile as we
Yeah.
know from commercials, keep the copy going, talking. He was amazing, and all like in the
Wait,
middle of running
who was
around.
it?
Derek
Huff.
Oh.
Yeah, and then the other cute commercial was the one for Toyota, and they had like the really old Toyota,
Yep.
and then it's like, but now this one, and I don't know who the lady is.
Carolyn Hennessy
Is that-
another dear friend, worked with many times, and I
That was Carolyn
screamed,
Hennessy?
that was Carolyn frickin' Hennessy.
Shut up!
I freeze framed. It was like boom.
Oh my
Honey,
god!
she's in everything.
Boom.
When I tell you, she was giving me Price is Right
All the
early
life.
day model. Like she was like, and she was like, literally, I have no money to buy a car, but I almost bought it.
You went out and bought a
exactly. There you
Toyota.
go.
Yeah.
God bless.
She's
you.
amazing. She
I
is
love
one of a
it.
kind.
Well,
Oh
and
my
for me,
God.
the unsung hero of the night was the Ready Whip guy.
Yes. Who
Oh,
was
yes.
that guy?
Okay, I
Yes.
did a little internet stalking reconnaissance, and he is actually a brilliant ballet dancer. Like
Yes.
he used to be like in a company. Like also, there's some modeling photos online you might enjoy.
Oh, sure.
We
okay.
just might.
He was fantastic.
Oh yes,
Like
that was a good
really
one.
brilliant.
Yes.
And never
Really brilliant.
I love my dairy anyway, but I was craving Ready Whip, y'all.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to go and watch.
I mean, and I noticed this also in that same commercial. Right at the end, the black girl who got the Ready Whip, she played Charmaine on A Different World.
Oh, that's
wow.
cool.
Yeah, because I was like, I know her. And I was like, is that Charmaine from A
Got a
Different
good
World?
eye.
Talk about an all-star cast.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It was chock full.
It was.
But it was interesting why there wasn't a Hairspray commercial.
right.
I was no Hairspray sponsor.
Aquanet and everyone else totally missed out on
Well,
that.
I think they made the decision because since there's the faux company Ultra Clutch in
Okay.
the
Yeah,
show,
they
and
didn't
they've got
wanna-
their guy
Perhaps.
Spritzer, Mr. Spritzer plays so that it would be like
Also,
conflict
opportunity
of.
missed. I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
Could be.
Quit sleeping on the job, Hairspray Company.
Come on, White Rain.
Right. Right.
So if you want to watch more gay-related shows, there's a new way to do that. Isn't that right, Tony?
Well, thank you so much.
We integrated this ad.
What a trend!
But we're not getting paid.
Such a transition. So there is a new. This is the first dedicated LGBTQ content streaming application called Reverie, and it's for Apple TV, Google Chromecast, and it's also available on Roku and all devices that run iOS. Don't know what that means. and Android operating system. So basically, what this is, it's a subscription-based streaming where you get all LGBTQ content. So you get different movies and short films and original programming and shows, comedies, dramas, documentaries, all that. And it's $4.99 a month or $54.99 for the year. So like if you were like when I was younger, I always sought out like gay content and gay movies. I think I said it on here before that the first gay film that I ever watched was Billy's Hollywood Screen Kiss.
Speaking of Sean,
Tell Sean I said hello.
see you on Monday.
Hello, Sean. And
Terrible, terrible.
I like literally felt like Billy, but I always like wanted to find other gay content. And so if you're like me, you can get this and get all the fabulous gay content.
Totally. And on Logo, there's Drag Race. Like they're slowly getting more shows, but there really isn't that much. If you want more, so I think this is a great opportunity.
And the good thing about this is, like a lot of the web shows that are out there that you may not know about are now being put onto this.
It's all curated in this one place.
Yeah,
which is great.
Like one of the shows that I used to watch a lot was The Horizon, which is actually filmed in Australia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so now that they're a part of it too.
Oh, cool.
And so,
I want to see that.
Yeah, it's such a great show. And just other
Is it
like
a
shows and
soap
stuff.
or like a sci-fi?
It's kind of like it's kind of like a, how can I put this? I mean, it's not a soap by any means, but it's kind of like a Queer as Folk, but not circuity.
Okay, cool. Good.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but like the Australian version.
Okay.
It's like, how do the Australian gays do it?
I'm down.
That's The Horizon.
I would like to find out.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, I can. No, I'm just kidding.
Some experience down under.
Yeah. But I just like the fact that you can, have all, and even with music, like a lot of different LGBTQ artists and like their music videos and stories are on there too. And I think they're also starting to do, like I said, their original programming. So they're also creating
Content,
shows and content,
which is great.
as well. Yeah. So
I think something that I'm on with a great group of guys called Paragon School for Girls is on there, which is a web series, kind of a
love
sci-fi
that.
thing, created and directed by our friend Jim Hansen, who also directed the movie You're Killing Me and wrote that with Jeffrey Self. But it's Drew Droege, Brian Safi, Jeffrey Self, Michael Willett, Tom Link. Did I say me? Yeah, obviously. We're all in drag at a girls' school, and people really seem to like it. So I love
It's fantastic.
It's also
Thank you.
I'm not filmed in a way, but just I don't even know. I'm not that technology.
Nor am I.
I can't even speak.
If I
let alone
hadn't
know
done
that.
it, we all stood in front of a green screen.
It blows my mind the way it
And
looks.
Jim built all the sets. They're all like dollhouse sets or just.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
backdrop.
it's so
Incredible.
cool.
Wow.
Yeah, check it out.
Love it.
Love that.
Yay. So
Well, yeah,
you guys make
get
sure
on
you do
Reverie.
that. Yeah, I'm actually gonna upgrade my Apple TV so that I can get a subscription.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do it,
Yeah.
and then you'll give us a review. And then
Of
we'll
course.
Do it.
No,
Of
we'll
course.
just come over to his house and watch it.
Yeah, there you go.
Girls'
Save me some money. Yes.
Well, and I have to admit, I actually just put my web show Lounging with Tony on there as well.
great. Oh,
So,
cool.
like, I
Nice.
want to be able to like click on my show and be like,
Oh, so you want to watch? You're like, why would I watch it on YouTube? if
why would I
can
watch it on YouTube when I can watch it on my
on this paid subscription?
app?
But that's amazing. That's good.
Yeah.
So you really
Yeah.
will know what it's like, and we'll be able to
Yes.
discuss
Yes.
that in the future.
Great.
Great.
Gay content.
Gay content.
Yay, gay.
Now, speaking of, since we're literally always speaking of gay things, Kelly Mantle is. Now, most of you probably know her from RuPaul's Drag Race, but
Bacon.
Hanny, she's been around long before that.
Yes.
But Bacon was
Yes.
her Drag Race moment. She was the first to be kicked off of her season of Drag Race. She now could be the first to be nominated for an Oscar. That's an Academy Award, folks. But not just that, it's actually a much bigger deal than that. She's the first person, as far as we know, and no one's contested it yet that I've heard,
Right.
that has been allowed, that is eligible, make sure I say it right, eligible to be nominated in both Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress categories.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Never happened before.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of people, I had to do an article on this, and a lot of people were like, well, what's the role? I don't understand. But it has nothing to do with the role, although she isn't drag in it. It's about how she identifies, and that was the reason. I don't personally know exactly how she identifies, if it's gender neutral, I
fluid.
heard. But either
Gender
way,
fluid.
it's that's
What's
the
the
point
name of the
it.
film?
The film is called Confessions of a Womanizer. It's starring Andrew Lawrence and Gary Busey. So just go,
Wow.
just take a look. But it is very. it's just an interesting thing. I mean, that's never happened before. Obviously, I mean, she has some pretty huge names to fight to actually get a nomination, but the very fact that that's even something that the director sort of made it sound that the Academy was very totally open to it and willing and saying, yes, we'll do that. So it's always
that's
good to have
awesome.
someone on our side.
So they submitted
it was just submitted.
Kelly in both
Exactly.
categories.
He pushed for it, the director.
And it was approved.
And they approved it. And so,
Kudos
Awesome.
Academy.
Yeah, bravo,
Yeah.
Academy.
So that's pretty cool.
That's breaking barriers. I
Exactly.
mean, I think that's a huge leap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good for her. Congratulations.
Fantastic.
to
Congrats,
her.
Kelly.
If y'all want
I
to
love
vote
you.
for Kelly, vote.
I don't think I'm on the voting.
No,
committee.
yeah, no,
Call
I'm not,
1-866 Idols 04.
Those are the
We
days.
can vote for her for SAG, though.
Yes.
If she gets nominated
yes,
for that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see how far it gets. But, I mean, Gary Busey's in it, so pretty far likely. Speaking of all these names, and you've already dropped a few, let's really dig deep into your psyche and your past.
So tacky
Because
of me.
you do,
I'm sorry.
but it's because
No.
you have been around.
No.
I mean, and I don't mean in life, but like in
I was at
Hollywood.
Metro.
Yeah.
With Ida Lupino back in 45.
You have been in so many amazing. Like, it's one thing to have been around or have been living in Hollywood. Like, you've been in so many amazing things.
Oh, thank
Do you have a
yeah.
favorite?
God.
I mean, is that even possible?
Wow. I mean, favorite in terms of like what people actually got to see and also enjoy. And that is
both, but yeah. Oh, sorry, I thought you were asking.
Well, that I am in a way.
Well, then yes.
Okay. Thank you. That's it.
Permission.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
We know it wasn't this.
Oh, shoot.
I would say things like Arrested Development, which
Yes.
people still.
Okay, that was going to be my
mention.
favorite.
Okay,
So, yeah.
good.
Yes.
And Curb Your Enthusiasm for many reasons, and God, I had Gilmore Girls, which I just did this year and came out recently, was an amazing experience for many, many reasons. And I also did a documentary now this year, which was a really good experience because two of the guys I really look up to, Bill Hader and Fred Armisen, I got to work with them briefly, but still it was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And John Mulaney, who wrote it, who I think is just fantastic. I did Transparent this year, that as in drag with Drew and Danielle Gaither and Sherry Vine again as.
Oh, you guys were in.
We were supposed to be Golden Girls, and then they had to at the last. I think I can say this. They couldn't work out the deal with Disney, who owns Golden Girls, so Amazon put us in as Facts of Life. And Danielle Gaither, who we were doing Golden Girls at the time on stage with, she played Blanche's Mammy. We were doing that episode.
Yeah.
And Danielle had done, and you'll probably know her for Mad TV and a lot of other things. She did Tootie when I did it in 2003, Facts of Life. So we just like shifted the whole thing.
Yeah.
You
Made
were
it
ready.
work.
Very versatile.
Made
That's
it work.
awesome.
And we had to, because I've known Jill Soloway, who created Transparent,
Right.
since '92, since the Real Life Brady Bunch days when they did it in LA. So that was a really cool experience. And I don't know, I love Legally Blonde too. I love Reese Witherspoon.
I love her.
My favorite.
Yeah,
My personal favorite.
She's a
Yes.
delight.
You're knocking out all our favorite. But I mean, so many. Now, did you know? It's one thing I think to have fun on the set, but did you know when you were doing them? So I mean, Transparent. Obviously, you knew was a big deal.
Yes,
But-
yes.
But like, was Arrested Development? Well, Arrested Development never got what it deserved in terms of fans, I guess.
Right, yeah. I
But-
think it did later.
It did.
live.
Yeah,
Totally. It definitely
definitely.
did.
It's
Yeah.
run.
Right. When it's too late.
But I did the first season of that. And I'm in one of the first few episodes. And it was before it even aired. I just knew I got to work with Fonzie.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
was
You're like,
Yes.
okay.
and John Michael Higgins, who from all the Christopher Guest
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Curb was like the second season before it really got big, so we didn't know about that. But I got to work with Julia Louis-Dreyfus, so that was cool. But one time I remember doing Friends, and it was right in the thick of it, and turned out to be the week they were renegotiating for their $1 million. It was right before Christmas. It was this time, and like it was this time, kids, and free year of our Lord. But it was very tense because it was like the second one I did, I think, and it was very tense. And then it was revealed, it trickled down to the guest stars that there's a lot
Right.
going on behind the
Behind the
scenes.
curtain.
All you wanted was some friends to hang out with, and it was a
Yeah.
very
Wanted.
tense situation.
Yeah.
Were there any ever that you'd be willing to share moments you didn't love that when you were? I mean, I'm sure grateful for the opportunity.
You know what I will say? I will say this.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of commercials, and my worst experiences, and I've had amazing experiences with commercials,
Sure.
but the worst experiences I've ever had with directors or being treated like a piece of, not even meat, like a piece of dirt as an actor have been on commercials.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but some of them. Like
Yeah.
people who don't know how to not only do they not know how to direct actors necessarily, they don't know how to be around people.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I'll just
There's
say
a lot of
that.
those.
When an
Believe it or
inanimate
not.
object is the star,
Yeah,
it's hard to.
I guess that is actually very true. And keep your mouth shut
Yeah.
until you have to say Exactly. I mean, I don't watch Gilmore Girls, but for my friends who do, it was a huge deal that it came back.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
exciting for you?
It was very exciting because I've talked about this before, and again with the name dropping. Lorna is a close friend of mine for
I
many
got it.
times.
Okay.
Oh,
He caught that name.
Where are you gonna put it?
Right, just right here. I'm just gonna hold on
Near his
to it.
heart, no doubt.
keeping it warm.
I'll need it back.
He has other interviews to do.
Just sort of show called name dropping with Sam Pancake. But I have been around for 4,000
Right,
years.
so come on.
I'm a witch. So we met a million years ago. She's so young. I'm old. Lauren, sorry. But so we were always looking for a place in the first 7 years for me to get in there. And this is all in her book too. I'm talking as fast as I can, which just came out. And we didn't really find the right fit, and so for this one, there was a combination of Dan and Amy who created the show, who were like, "Oh yes, we'd love to have Sam." And Lauren was like, Lauren and I were both like, "Why isn't there another gay guy in that town?" Because it's the most art-directed,
Right.
lit
Oh, yeah.
up
Perfect.
Like
festival,
perfect, very
town.
clearly created by the
Perfect.
gays.
Yeah.
So I am that guy, and then the Unique's character, Michelle, he is gay, it turns out, but he's in the other town. So I'm the only gay in the village, basically.
Got it.
So it was very exciting, and I got to work with Carole King, legend.
Yeah.
Sally Struthers,
It's
come on.
Amazing.
And then Lauren and Alexis and Scott, and my friend Rose Abdu, who plays Gypsy, and all kinds of great people. And Sutton Foster, oh my God, there's some.
Oh, right.
speaking of
The musical episode.
Honey, got to sit there and watch Sutton Foster
And Christian Borle.
And Christian Borle.
Amazing.
Work it out. And it's
love
no
it.
secret they're ex-husband
They were
ex-wife.
exes, and yet Gilmore
wow.
Girls brought them together for the art of it, which is
For the revival. Oh,
yeah,
I mean,
for the revival. Yeah, for the Year in the Life.
That's amazing.
Well, my understanding was that when they were married, I think this is all on public record. I don't mean to be gossip.
Well, it will be now.
But that was one of the things that they bonded over in their marriage, and they're big Gilmore Girls fans. So it was nice that it all worked out, and they're lovely people.
Great.
Oh, good.
I love that. I love to see even when it doesn't work out, it all works out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Really quick, in the chat, Mr. Henry84 says, please tell Sam that I love his podcast.
Oh, yay.
And
Yes.
a lot of people do. You just started it, and it's already up for an award.
I know.
I mean, I love that. So it's
Yeah.
the gasp, first of all. You and Gio Andy.
Yes.
How did you?
It took you a minute.
Well, because
He thought something happened to
I heard
Blake.
it's called the gas, and someone, and I was like,
Yeah, exactly.
funny.
Oh, now it all comes
funny.
together
Little
for
pun.
you. But it is really great. I mean, you guys have a
thank
great
you.
dynamic. But you've been friends before this.
Yeah, the kind of the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the idea of it was like we become best friends. He's a really close friend. He's 25. I'm a little older than that, but like
Sure.
it's like a big brother, little brother situation, like Gen X gay dude, millennial gay dude, and like the way we see things, because it's
Yeah,
always
which is
like
great.
his thing is always like, what were you doing in '93? And I was like, oh, I was doing commercials and plays and having a boyfriend. He was like, I was in diapers.
I was crawling.
I was like, I was
Yeah.
learning to teethe. So it's like a kind of joke we have. So like we were on a road trip. We were like, let's just do a podcast. You kind of. And the first thing for me is like, oh, everyone has a podcast. But then you're like, oh, everyone has a podcast.
Exactly.
So you should do one too.
Yeah.
I've definitely had
absolutely.
both of those thoughts as well, and it's like, well, time to put your stamp on it.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's going well.
It's like having an Instagram account. So yeah, like he's really been a great driving force, and the young kids with the technology, because people pancake, no, come oh crazy,
You just-
numbers piano, me no get it.
Numbers.
So he does all that stuff, and he's, and I just call my friends up, and he has
Yeah.
friends too that we're going to do it. So it's all, we're interviewing Wendy McClendon Covey tomorrow.
Yeah, I was
for
good.
next week.
I am
Awesome.
obsessed with her. That as a name dropper, you should have a podcast because get those names on.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like at least I can use these names I've
Right.
dropped for good.
Yes.
Sweep them up and put them on your show.
Sweep 'em
Which
up.
takes place at your kitchen table, right? I mean,
Yes.
what a beautiful.
And I already live in Busy Phillips Guest House,
Right.
which sounds like a punchline to a joke, but it's my life.
It's so
actual
lovely,
life.
though.
So Blake's been there in the pool in a tiny little bikini many times. This one over here, we
Like you do.
we have our share of pool parties, not just the two of us.
Yeah, that's scandalous.
There are others there. as well.
Y'all know of.
Busy was there.
Yeah.
Busy was like,
It's
keep
me,
it down.
Busy, and Blake.
Yeah.
No, her
Just the-
daughter's obsessed with Full House, so this
Oh,
one was a hit.
amazing. I love that.
It was crazy. So anyway, yeah, so we do it in my kitchen, and and it's been like week 5. I think we had Trixie Mattel last Tuesday. So every Tuesday a new one comes out. It's called The Gasp because it's our initials, and we like sometimes. We don't ask for gasp-inducing stories, but when you have people like Willem on, you get those.
That was a Juicy
you
Lucy
definitely get 'em.
episode. I'll tell you. I was driving. I had to stop because I was like, I can't focus on driving and listen.
Really, Adam? Oh
I
my
need
God,
to
that's so
hear it.
funny.
I need to take it in.
All of it.
And I did.
Ooh.
It was only the third one we did, and Gia and I were sitting across my table, our kitchen table from each other, like going, like,
It's happening,
literally,
it's all
just let it
happening.
go. Just let it go. Our eyes were like spinning, just let him talk, let him talk, let him talk.
And he did.
And
God love him. Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh, those are great guests when they just give no cares at all.
well, Willem invented not giving fucks. You know? Can I
Yep.
say the F word?
Yes,
Yeah.
please do. And he did. Well, I love that it's your initials. I just thought gay gasp, and
Yeah.
that's
Just
amazing.
like-
So
Just-
that's another thing. We're like, this. We kind of got to call it this. It kind of all worked
It's
out.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's so perfect.
Meant to be on every area of life.
Yeah.
Speaking of Gio, he is. You've been dressing up as women for career things, but you sort of. Would you say? Tell me if I'm wrong. Did drag for the first time this year outside of drag for comedy?
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Is it?
I've done it for roles. Like I've done things in the 90s, and then we did Facts of Life also starting in the 90s where I
Right.
was Blair. And then when G and I became friends, he's a really good makeup artist
Yeah.
and a drag queen also. And his character's name Roz Drezveles. He's
And she's fabulous.
She's fabulous. You can see her on Instagram at GeoAndy, the GeoAndy. And so he started doing my makeup, and secret is after one shaves one's beard is the tapes.
Sure.
It was the first time with the tapes. And I said to one of my older actress lady friends, I was like, I want to wear these all the time. And they were like, who doesn't? I won't say that.
Yep.
I won't drop that name. But it's been, so he does my face. So
Yeah.
I wrote this show last year, which I'm doing again, Sam Pancake, Hot, Sticky, and Sweet, in February, where I play a drag queen character named Hell of a Bottom Carter. And Gio always does my makeup. And we're doing Bonkers this Saturday with Trixie Mattel,
Yay.
Jackie B.
Oh my God, how
me.
But
fun.
you'll be dressed.
I will be in a character. I won't reveal what it is yet.
I love it.
We have to
I'll
go
tell y'all.
downtown and
I
see
love,
it.
yeah, truly.
Yes.
Love Bonkers. Loved your show. I'm glad that's coming back.
thank you.
But I guess that was for career. I mean, in a way, you were doing it for.
Yeah, I've only a few times, and I will be doing it Saturday, like just for a club night to go out, because if I'm doing it, I want to get paid a little bit.
I was gonna say, so
Right,
you're always
yeah.
doing it for money. A businessman first, a businesswoman
Oh, you're like,
first
you're
and
like
foremost.
RuPaul.
Yes.
Never gets in drag unless the coins are there.
I'm guessing she makes a little bit more than me.
It's hard to say.
teeny
Just a
tiny.
midget.
Just a
Skosh. Just a,
You have been around for
Just a
millions
tip.
of years, as
Millions.
you've mentioned. But what is it? I mean, quite frankly, you looked beautiful to me. So what was
you.
that experience? I assume you saw that in the mirror and were like, oh, like what?
I
was
don't
it weird?
see that in the mirror. No, I don't. But thank you. No, I see it in the pictures later, but I have so many other concerns, as many of us do, about our looks and our bodies and everything else.
Yeah, but I
Don't
mean,
kill
that's
yourself. But it's the tapes. It really
The
is
tapes.
the tapes.
The
I
tapes.
can't stress it
And
enough.
do you do that Joan Crawford like ice
In my life,
bath
I have.
the morning after drag?
In my
In my
life,
life,
I
yes.
have.
Keep things tight.
Now, does the tape, you need to be wearing a wig to hide it? Like, you can't do this every day?
Yes.
Unfortunately?
You would have to wear a really. It's why you see older actresses with the bangs to here and the thing and
got it.
the little thing peeping through. You know,
What a reveal.
Because there's
a situation.
apparati.
See,
I'm planning ahead because I'm looking at my grandfather, a handsome gentleman, but he had to get I don't know if you call it a tuck or whatever, but then it came right back down after.
Oh,
so I'm like,
no.
that's what I'm headed towards. So I want to know early the tape, all the tricks.
Wait, what happened?
He had a
The
neck,
Okay,
and then he
'cause I'm
did
on
it.
schedule
A
for that.
lifestyle lift, if you will.
Yes, I look at those and I'm like lifestyle. Like I'm literally since I was in high school planning my future, which is really always good to live in the future.
But we can grow a beard. That's why I always
Yeah.
say.
Oh, definitely.
And my girlfriend's always like, I wish I could grow a beard under my eyes. We can do that.
the beard,
gives
exactly.
me a jawline.
Once I saw this baby, I was like, there will be no shaving.
And you have a great jawline.
Thank you, but it might just be the beard.
Well, lucky for me, I will stay snatched forever.
Yes,
Oh,
you will.
God, you really will.
I will.
Good for you.
Well, you know, it's in the genes.
Yeah.
Well
isn't
done.
it?
Well done.
And you're
sir.
pretty in drag too, I've seen.
Oh,
You're pretty out
I've
of
not-
drag.
she's
haven't seen.
gorgeous.
Have you done drag?
No.
I'm so full of myself.
Yes, but no. Like I did it my 30th birthday. I brought my friends to Palm Springs. We rented a house,
Nice.
and I made us all do lip sync for our lives.
Yes.
And it was amazing. It was amazing. Especially like for me, it was like great, but
Did you give them the song first, like on
everyone
Drag Race?
picked their own song and put it in a hat, and then whoever was up pulled whatever song they pulled. That person was up. It was their song, and so it was like challenging for some, but it was songs everyone knew. Truly wonderful.
I'm gonna
that
steal that
sounds
for
fun.
my group of friends. We go to New
You
Year's Eve
truly
in Palm
should.
Springs every year. Yeah.
Steal
That
it.
sounds really fun.
Yeah.
My friends and I used to, when we didn't do drag per se, but like we were all like theater performer people. So whenever we got together, we did pageants. So we would have the different we only had 2 categories. It was presentation, which was some sort of theme. Like I think one year was like Wizard of Oz or something like that. So we had to go into the house and like find things to make us look like that.
Cool.
And
that's
then,
fun.
And then we did talent. Where we like, really performed.
No
the
bathing
house down.
suit.
No,
too bad.
no. I don't think we needed that.
Where did you go?
South Carolina.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Where?
Columbia.
Oh.
Have you been there?
Oh, honey, I lived in Myrtle Beach for a year and a half. Some of my dear friends live in Columbia, South Carolina.
Name dropping
You might
Columbia.
know some people.
Patio
like, in
furniture.
She was just here.
I work Facebook friends and we have met before. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
I love Columbia.
Oh, I love patio furniture. Like, I mean, literally, when I was growing up, I was in the gay bars 7 nights a week looking at drag because that's about the only thing to do in Columbia.
I love that.
Look at that, we have a friend in common.
That's crazy.
It's meant to be.
What did you
world.
guys? I heard from someone that like when you get in drag for the first time, you realize what kind of queen you are. Like if you'll be comedy or whatever. And I found that to be true. I was a very slutty drag queen.
Okay.
Feeling myself.
Oh,
Did you
feeling
guys
it.
have any? Have you ever done
Yes,
that?
and my problem is when I'm in drag, I just look like Idina Menzel did heroin. So that's the only
Problem, or you
only
just- that's your-
brand.
yeah,
like there is no
great.
manipulating it.
So
It
that's
is
that.
it is just strung out Idina
love
Menzel. Like
That's a
it.
treat.
That's
though.
it.
You have the whole package right there.
Please, photos. Photos are
Yeah,
going to
right,
happen.
exactly.
Yes. Need to see.
What about you? When you
I like being pretty because I am a goofy comedy guy
Yeah.
in my real life, and so that's when we do the tapes and the makeup. I like being that pretty blonde
Sure,
girl,
right.
you
You
know,
get to
that I
feel it.
never. And I always felt, especially when I was doing Blair, like, oh, this is the bitchy teenage girl that really does live inside me most of the time. She got to come out. So
I love it. Did you have? What did you feel?
I definitely feel myself.
Yeah, you
whenever
do,
I'm
yeah,
in drag.
okay, so-
like I will sit there and get my makeup done because I don't do it myself because I really want to make sure I look
Sure.
good.
same.
Yep,
And then
smart,
like
smart.
I open my eyes and I'm just like, yes, and I'm just like,
Ooh.
oh. So I feel
Ooh.
like
Serving face.
serving all kinds of face. Like I feel like I always said that if I were a girl, I would be like that bitchy girl whose hair's done, nails done, like heels, like snatch body, like
Yeah.
that's so me.
Perfection.
Who's also funny.
Yeah,
And smart.
She does it all.
She's got it all, kids.
I love it. Well, Sam,
Tens across the board.
before we leave, anything we talked about Golden Girls and your show. Anything else coming up that we need to be?
Well, you can listen
Aware
to
of.
the Gas.
Yes,
The
definitely-
Gas podcast
definitely do, yeah.
on iTunes or the podbean.com for Android users. And I have some TV stuff coming up. I'm on the Mick in the end of January, which is a new Fox sitcom. I do a guest star playing a mean gay person in a spray tan and
great.
a tiny swimsuit, Blake.
Oh,
Almost like one you would wear. Yeah, but that's all for now.
That's Oh, that's it. Just 5 things off the top of my
you
head.
know.
And you can follow me at JSamPancake on Twitter and at the Sam Pancake on the Instagram.
Do it. He's always giving. So feel free to take
Such a
from him.
giver.
Yeah.
Such a giver.
Take.
What a giver.
I love it. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me,
You
guys.
legendary soul.
This
Thank
was so
you.
much
Thanks for
fun.
watching, guys. I'm Adam Salandra. Find me at Adam Salandra, and if I ever do anything, you can look at that there.
And of course, I'm still Tony Moore, and you can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com.
And I'm Blake McIver, and you can find me across the platforms at Blake McIver. I have got a weekly variety show that I do on Facebook Live. It's called Sip and Sing. We sing, we sip. We have our holiday spectacular coming up next Wednesday. Check us out.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you, guys. Stay gay, or whatever else you are on the spectrum.
Keep
Stay
it gay.
Love
Yes.
you. Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.